I know, it's so.
Hello, everybody. I am Courtney Nordstrom. I am the principal at Ravinia School. I'm just finishing my 5th year at Ravinia, which means that next year our current 5th graders will have been with me as long as I've been in the school. It's an amazing community that we cannot wait to welcome you into.
And I'm Amy March. I'm finishing my 30th year at Ravinia and look forward to welcoming you in the fall.
I'm Eve Getlin, and this will be my 4th year at Ravinia. I love being a part of the Ravinia community, and I also look forward to meeting you in the fall.
All right, we are going to share the presentation that we have been presenting to our families the last few years in the spring. I know some of the questions that you all sent in will be answered in this presentation. Some of them may not, but we're also going to develop and share an FAQ that will also come to you with this video that you can look at as well. So we are going to go ahead and start sharing our presentation for you. Okay, so we here at Ravinia I call us the tiny but mighty school. We have an amazing learning community. Currently, we have 241 students in kindergarten through 5th grade, and we expect that to be pretty similar next year. Our class sizes are anywhere from 15 to 23 or 24 students. Currently, our kindergarten looks like it's going to be on the higher end of that range, but anything can happen with enrollment and move-ins over the summer. So we'll see how things go from there.
And we are so happy to welcome you to kindergarten. It has been a wonderful transition from half-day kindergarten to full-day kindergarten now. And we get the benefit of having your children for more time. And it's really the gift of time.
So while we're teaching, one of the very important things that we really stress is the focus on the whole child. We focus basically on building relationships before we even start teaching. We want to make sure that children feel healthy and safe, and that they feel that they're emotionally and physically able to learn. We want them to know that they're supported by the whole staff and that we value them as people and as individuals. So our goal in the beginning and throughout the year is really to create a classroom environment and a strong community feeling where kids feel engaged and able to learn and take risks, and they're willing to learn and make mistakes. And we want them to do that while they're engaged and being challenged in everyday activities. We know that research shows that when children feel safe emotionally and physically, and that when we focus on the whole child, that's really the best learning environment for them.
And we know that that's going to be so important as we move from some remote learning to the physical environment at school. We have, in addition to our curricular content, which we'll talk about in a little bit, we also have a variety of opportunities that the kids participate in throughout the week. So we are very lucky to be able to have PE for 30 minutes every day in in-person school. We have 2 different gym spaces, so we have 1 class at a time in PE, which is great. The kindergartners also are able to go to music class 3 days a week for 30 minutes, which is, we're so fortunate to be able to offer as well. The kiddos have art for 60 minutes a week that is in 1 block, because we find it's really hard to stop kids when they're really involved in art projects and a lot of that hands-on learning opportunities. So we give them a larger chunk of art once a week. And there's also a 30-minute dedicated library time once a week. So if you look and break that down, typically kids have PE every day, and then they either have music, art, or library in addition to that once a week, which is a nice break in those core academic subjects for them to be able to participate in those fine arts opportunities. We do have lunch and recess daily in the middle of the day. Lunch is 25 minutes and recess is 25 minutes. The kindergartners typically right now eat lunch with first and second graders, and then the third, fourth, and fifth graders eat lunch, and then they switch to go to recess. We do have a PTO sponsored, or we have in the past had a PTO sponsored lunch program where outside restaurants, you can order lunch to be delivered in or do cold lunch, and more information will be coming out about that over the summer.
And as we were preparing this presentation, one of the things that really struck us was how we had looked at what Fortune 500 companies were looking at for their employees and their most valued skills. And as you can see, teamwork, listening skills, oral communication, problem solving, interpersonal skills, leadership, creative thinking, goal setting, motivation, and organizational effectiveness, those were the top skills. And what was so exciting to us is that is exactly the skills that we are focusing on in kindergarten.
So we have a standards aligned math and literacy curriculum program. Students are engaged in tasks that are collaborative, and they focus on the most valued skills that we mentioned earlier. Our instruction consists of whole group learning, small group learning, and also individualized instruction. We really celebrate and welcome where your child is at, and then we create a learning environment and create lessons that take them and meet them where they're at, and then take them beyond that. So we make sure that when we're planning and preparing, that we're looking at your children and seeing where they are now, and then taking them where we want them to be.
And I think, again, that is so important as we look at the environment that we're all in now, home, doing remote learning. A lot of your preschoolers have been with you longer than maybe they should be. And I know a really common question that, instead of in their preschool setting. And a question we get asked all the time is, what does my child need to know before they come to kindergarten? And the answer is, we'll talk about it in a little bit, but the answer is there's not a set of skills that they need to know. We have an amazing curricular resources. We do use our Bridges curricular resource program for math, which is really game-based and focused a lot. You'll see this middle picture on Number Corner, which is a calendar activity of sorts, but also infuses patterns, counting, subitizing, which is looking, at numbers in fives and tens and groups of things, looking at measurement, looking at counting on, and it really focuses on meeting every child where they're at with their numbers and numeracy, and taking them to the next step. So there's lots of opportunities for small group instruction within that. Another curricular resource that we use is our Second Step curriculum, which is a social emotional curriculum, which is going to be so important now more than ever, but it really does teach students active listening skills, student skills, if you will, how to keep your body still, how to keep your eyes watching the speaker, what it looks like to be a good listener and a good partner. Also teaches conflict resolution and those types of skills. So I think it will be so important for all the students to get that consistent learning opportunity once school comes back in the fall. Our literacy resource is ReadyGen. Again, it's a curricular resource that all kids have the opportunity to participate in whole group instruction. And then we have a lot of opportunity for small group and one-on-one instruction as well. So again, meeting those kids where they are and taking them to that next step in their literacy journey provides a ton of opportunities for the kids to really shine in their own way.
And I think one of the things that's important to notice is if you look in the right-hand corner with the students we have one-to-one iPads. And so that is built into the curriculum and used as a tool for them to show what they know. And so when we moved towards remote learning this year, they already knew how to access the programs and things that they needed. So that is a part of that's already built into the curriculum. And one of the things that's really important for kindergartners is that they're learning through play. And everything is embedded in the academic standards, but there is a lot of play-based learning, which gives them opportunities to practice what they know in a more authentic way. So we're going to show you a video that will give you a sense of what it looks like to be a kindergartner now.
I was here first. Hey, can I just scare you?
Can you try to get in?
Do you want me to scare you? Yeah. Okay, how do I do this? Help me, Jack. Okay, so this is kind of hard. He'll sit on my lap. She just sit on Chase's lap. Okay, could I?
Get in the swing. You gotta put your arms back. Keep the swing from moving, guys.
You know what just happened?
You did it, Jake.
I did it! We're having trouble with making the story. She did the fish instead of the farmer. We're having trouble doing it. Yeah, so we're gonna try again.
This is the big, bad blow dryer, and I challenge you to make a house out of straws that I cannot puff, puff, and blow down.
We clean up and now it's time to learn. Numbers let us learn to spell.
Third time is a charm.
The time's a charm.
Cause we don't notice anything.
I want Marin to go. No, I'm second. I'm medium. No, you're youngest. She's medium on yours. I have to five. How many do I have? You can't do that. Three. You have. So this guy goes 7 places.
You know that one? Good.
9.
Awesome.
And now, where's the little ants? See the tiny baby dog? 8 inches. So you win. I got less and you got more. 2. Yellow.
And that made what color?
Teacher marks our height against the wall. The teacher marks our height against the wall.
It's not a leaf, it's a monster, Mommy.
Cause we don't notice anything. We sit side by side in every class. The teacher thinks that
You never know what might happen when you pull something and it comes something beautiful. It's super fishing pole. And this, it can catch fish like that. And this. And this is for just like if the fish swallows it, it can die. And this makes the bubbles so the fish can extract and it can catch a fish right in the tail. We need like an instrument that can go like pew pew, like the Millennium Falcon when he's chasing the starship.
here we are, no one else. We walk to school all by ourselves.
So we're often asked, what do we need to do to prepare for getting ready to come to school? And you need to play. And when you play, it's being creative. It's playing a board game and making sure that it's okay if your children lose. It is great for them to learn to take their turn and wait, and giving them opportunities to go outside or even inside, which is okay too, to observe and wonder and see a worm on the ground and pick it up and ask questions about things. What do you notice about things? Providing opportunities for independence is really a very important skill, especially having been home for so long, letting them do what they can for themselves, even if they make mistakes. So they should be able to pick out what they want to wear, get dressed for themselves. Use the bathroom independently is a really big one, because when they come to school, nobody goes in there with them. So skills like that, where even if it looks a little messy, they're doing it by themselves and having ownership over what they can. And having a growth mindset, which means it is okay to make mistakes. We embrace mistakes. We celebrate mistakes. That is the way to learn. So we talk a lot about perseverance, not giving up, trying and trying. And if you fail, that's a wonderful thing, because you get to try again based on what you've learned. So these are the things that you need to get ready. And as Ms. Nordstrom and Mrs. Gatlin has mentioned, we take the students from where they are. We celebrate what they can do. So if they can count to 3, that's fantastic. We're going to teach them how to count to 5 next. If they can count to 100, awesome. We take them from there. So we fully embrace the growth mindset.
See you in August. Traditionally, we've had a meet the teacher in August, and we've had it for the whole school. And you would be invited to come before school starts. If we can meet in person, then that's what we would do. If we cannot meet in person under the circumstances, we will find another way, and we will be able to make alternate arrangements to make sure that every child meets us, every child feels comfortable being with us on that first day, and we will be coming up with a plan that will make it work for everyone. Once the class placements have been posted, typically that's a week before school starts. So your teachers will be reaching out to you. So Ms. March and I are going to be reaching out that week before school starts, or a little sooner, and we can't wait.
Mm-hmm. And I know the question on everybody's minds really is, what will next year look like? And the answer to that is truly, we just don't know. We are looking for guidance from the CDC, from the state, from the Department of Public Health. And until it gets closer to that time, we just don't know what that will look like. So in the meantime, the best thing that you can do is stay connected with us. You can find us on Facebook at our Ravinia school page. Our PTO also has a Facebook page that they post things on regularly. We have a very active Twitter presence. So if you're not on Twitter, you can always go look at the hashtag Ravinia Rocks, and all of our staff post pictures and videos and happenings from the inside of Ravinia School with that hashtag. But you can also follow Ravinia School, you can follow me, or you could check out Mrs. March or Mrs. Getlin's pages as well, and you can get a really nice window into what kindergarten is like, either in person or remotely. We've actually had some pictures and videos and activities that the kids have been working on in the last 2 months on there as well. We also have our Ravinia website, which is posted below, which has many of these same things on it. You can also see the school supply list for the fall, and more information will be shared with you in the email you'll receive this in. We cannot wait to welcome your little people into kindergarten at Ravinia.
Have a wonderful summer. We look forward to seeing you.
Bye, everyone.